right now on 5 on your side at 10.
The heat and humidity is already here. A heat advisory has been issued for Sunday, then record heat to start the week.
It's Pride Month and the festivities are underway. We look into claims that the very first Pride Month was more of a protest than a celebration.
Innocent child, it just hurts so bad.
Another child wounded by gunfire in St. Louis. Tonight, neighbors speak out as they call for an end to the violence. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Brent Solomon. New today, police confirmed the suspect in a shooting that left a 1-year-old shot in the head. That suspect was also shot. Tonight, 5 on your side's Robert Townsend spent the evening speaking with people who live near the scene of the crime.
Lots of kids and parents spent this Saturday having a good time at the Beaumont High School class reunion picnic in Fairground Park. But during the annual event, many moms especially couldn't stop thinking about a 1-year-old.
Sad.
It's just very unfortunate.
The baby girl shot in her head a few blocks away the night before.
It's horrible because the kids are so innocent. They just stand by. They don't even know what's going on in the world.
I'm praying for her and I'm praying for her family. I'm praying for the city of St. Louis.
Police say Friday night, a 22-year-old man tried to carjack a woman who was with the 1-year-old baby. Gunshots then rang out near Pleasant Street and Lee Avenue. Paramedics rushed the child to a hospital. The woman was not hurt. According to 5 on your side data, the baby girl is the 60th child to be hurt or killed by gunfire this year in St. Louis. Officers found the wounded suspect in a nearby residence, but they do not know how he was shot.
I am sick of it, and I just don't understand it.
So it's one day after the double shooting, and there are still many questions, including what is the relationship between the 1-year-old child and the 29-year-old woman? Also, does the suspect know the shooting victims? I emailed St. Louis police looking for answers. We've yet to hear from police. Meantime,
the crime rate over here is so terrible.
3rd Ward Committeeman Anthony Bell is pleading to criminals to drop their guns and stop the lawlessness that's even leaving little ones victims.
I'm worried about us never coming to the understanding that we all human beings, how to treat and how to get along with one another. That's my fear. I don't think we're reaching that point.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Robert, thanks. Tonight, that 1-year-old remains in critical condition. If you know anything about the shooting, call St. Louis Police or Crime Stoppers at the number at the bottom of your screen. New 12-hour shifts are underway for St. Louis police officers who work weekends. Officers on the afternoon shift will work from 3 p.m. until 3 a.m., while the night shift works from 7 in the evening until 7 in the morning. Outgoing Police Chief John Hayden hopes it will help curb crime as we head into the summer. The extended weekend shifts will continue through September. School resource officers from St. Louis Public Schools are helping beef up patrols downtown. More than 30 resource officers are on foot patrol. While they are not law enforcement, they are a familiar face that many teens and young adults are already familiar with and respect. It's one of the many efforts the Downtown Community Improvement District is taking to make sure downtown is safe.
And so we want people to come down and feel safe and secure and have a good time, but we also want parents to be mindful of where their kids are and what they're doing, especially as we get into the late night hours of St. Louis.
Captain Johnson says they are looking to expand the program and use officers from St. Louis County schools as well. Today, thousands of protesters took to the streets in a renewed push for gun control. You're looking at videos of March for Our Lives rallies in Washington, D.C., Chicago, Los Angeles, and Parkland, Florida. Activists are saying enough is enough following recent mass shootings in Texas, New York, and Oklahoma. Closer to home now, where hundreds of people gathered with the very same message in downtown St. Louis. Several of them have been impacted by gun violence. The group marched to Keener Plaza, carrying messages like enough and moms demand action. Many victims shared their personal stories, including a mom whose son's case remains unsolved after 2 years.
A voice counts, and it will help to hopefully change the gun laws and protected citizens.
This week, the House passed the Protecting Our Kids Act, which includes raising the age to buy some semi-automatic rifles from 18 to 21. A bipartisan group of senators now trying to find common ground to push it through. New tonight, the students at Cardinal Ritter College Prep hosted a block party today to kick off the summer with a message. They want to keep kids away from gun violence. The youth-led movement, it's called Movement Not Moment Initiative. They sponsored that event. That initiative was sparked by the death of Isis Marr, a 19-year-old who was shot and killed last year. Marr attended Cardinal Ritter.
I definitely think she's looking down on us. Her legacy will definitely continue and live throughout us, and we're just going to keep her name alive throughout the whole movement.
There were plenty of activities for the kids, like flag football, kickball, and even a dance-off. Well, no relief at the pump. Today, the nationwide average for a gallon of gas has topped $5 for the first time ever. That's according to AAA. Drivers in Illinois are paying well over that right now. Metro East drivers are shelling out $5.16 a gallon. In the St. Louis area will cost you around $4.84. We're always keeping our eyes on gas prices on our website. All you have to do is text the word gas to 314-425-5355. We'll send you a link. Time now to get a check on your weather forecast. It is hot. We're looking at the Navy's Blue Angels. They're back in St. Louis this weekend for the Spirit of St. Louis Air Show. Now, the air show resumes tomorrow at 11 in the morning, just in case you missed it today. Tickets are $50 and you can buy them online. If you have plans to go, you'll want to get there early and plan for a hot day.
Yes, and it's very hot. You know, high today was 90, Brent, and tomorrow we already have a heat advisory. It begins at 11 a.m. and then goes all the way till 9 p.m. tomorrow night. That may actually be upgraded to a warning on Monday as we see even hotter and more humid weather. But tomorrow about 94 for the high, but the heat index, yeah, that humidity, it could feel as high as 106 degrees. Now, another thing that we're watching tonight is some severe weather and really close to the Kansas City area, even a tornado warning now for parts of western Missouri, but it's diving down to the south. Now, for us, we've had a couple of showers in there, but here's that severe weather again, just north of Kansas City, and a tornado warning there that probably is going to pass by the Kansas City area, at least downtown, and also the airport just to the east of there. And no confirmed touchdowns on that. But the Doppler weather radar in our area, light showers. We like to see that. We'll have a little bit more of an update on this and then time out the future cast, the future rain coming up in just a bit.
Next at 10, a bear spotted in St. Louis County. We'll tell you where in the county and what you should do if you ever encounter one.
As a single mom, it's been a tough battle to face, but I'm a survivor.
Women who battled breast cancer hitting the pavement of Tower Grove Park. Hear their incredible stories of survival next. Tonight, you'll want to be aware if you live in the Fenton area. Neighbors spotted this black bear today. These pictures and video come from Justin Mathenia. He tells us that the bear was outside of his home near Saline Road around 10 this morning. Fenton police say the bear was making his way toward George Winter Park. If you ever see a bear in your neighborhood, leave it alone and call the Missouri Department of Conservation. Today, hundreds of people came out to Tower Grove Park for a great cause. For the first time in 2 years, the Susan B. Komen More Than Pink Walk for Breast Cancer was back in person. For breast cancer survivor Janie Albright, it was heartwarming to see such a big turnout to support the cause.
It makes me cry. It's very touching, and you know, you can really feel what everybody else has been through.
The Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation raised more than $270,000 during today's walk.
And Brent, most of us had a beautiful day for that today, and then lows tonight. The next 12 hours here, we're dropping only into the 70s, and there is a risk of a scattered shower or thunderstorm. We'll talk about that, time it out, and then talk about this heat advisory that begins at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning.
We have some breaking news we want to get to tonight. First responders are on the scene of a shooting in North County. You're looking at live video of the scene on Shepley Drive in Glassglow Village. Our photojournalist Bob Hain just arriving within the past few minutes. Police have not released many details just yet, but we are looking into reports that 2 children may have been shot here. That's not confirmed just yet. We're going to stay on top of this breaking story and bring you updates as they develop. And June is Pride Month. We know Pride Month today as a celebration of the LGBTQ+ community, but as our Verify team finds out, it didn't start out that way. Here's Ariane Daytil.
Pride Month is a celebration of visibility, equality, and self-affirmation for the queer community each June. There are many LGBTQ+ themed events in cities across the country. Streets lined with rainbow flags and flowers galore, and of course, huge parades around the country. While onlookers may see Pride as joyous and celebratory, a viral meme claims that the first Pride was a riot against police brutality. So let's verify. Did Pride Month start as a protest? Our sources are the Library of Congress and the ACLU. On June 28, 1969, police raided the Stonewall Inn, a popular gay bar in Greenwich Village, New York. That day marked the beginning of a 6-day standoff between police and LGBTQ+ protesters known as the Stonewall Uprising. Many patrons were brutalized and 13 people were arrested. According to the Library of Congress, quote, "The Stonewall Uprising was a tipping point for the gay liberation movement in the United States," unquote. At the time, homosexuality was defined as a mental illness, and according to the ACLU, some states' sodomy laws were rewritten to target same-sex couples. Bars and restaurants could get shut down for having gay employees or serving gay patrons. The ACLU of New York says, quote, "Police raids on gay bars were common, but on that particular night, members of the city's LGBT community decided to fight back, sparking an uprising that would launch a new era of resistance and revolution," unquote. The organization describes Stonewall as a protest against the NYPD. The first Pride March in New York City was held on June 28, 1970, the 1-year anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising. So we can verify, yes, Pride Month did start as a protest. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Daytil.
And if you have a story for us to verify, send us a message. Just text the word verify to 314-425-5355. Well, we want to send a huge congratulations to 5 on Your Side's news director, Art Holliday. He was inducted into the Missouri Broadcasters Association Hall of Fame last night. His career at 5 on Your Side spans 45 years in news and even sports. So what's next for this seasoned journalist?
In baseball terms, this is the 8th inning of my career. The game is almost over. But there's no clock in baseball or journalism, so the game could go into extra innings.
Last year, Art became the first black news director in St. Louis.
Fantastic.
How about that? Yeah.
Congratulations. Wow, and I love his extra innings. Yes, you will be in extra innings. I know it, Art. All right, so look at this. We have a really nice evening. It was a really nice day. And Brent, you know, occasionally we've seen a couple of showers or storms popping in here. When you get the sunshine shining on those rain droplets, you get these rainbows. And then in this case, it's a double rainbow from Nick Casting here in Warden, Illinois. Thanks for sending that in. And of course, it was hot today, even hotter than expected. 90, 66 for the overnight low, 85 is the average. And we're going to be nowhere near that average throughout this week coming up. It's even hot right now. We're at 84 degrees, 1 degree below that average high and at this hour. So 55% on that humidity. That dew point has been ticking up towards 70. When it gets up to 70, it's stifling heat and very steamy. It's going to be there as we head into Monday. So tomorrow it's a heat advisory, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Most of the metro, most of the Missouri counties except for Pike County and a large part of our Illinois counties. Highs about 94, and this is why this huge dome of high pressure in the upper levels goes from California with heat advisories and warnings all the way through the state of Texas underneath warnings and advisories, Oklahoma into Missouri, Arkansas, and even in Mississippi now. So we're on the edge of this, and disturbances continue to swing around this area of high pressure. And when you get that, you get some severe weather at times, and mainly it's been focused in western Missouri. And then for us, it's been just some light showers from Alton, even St. Louis, couple drops, Madison, Illinois, Litchfield getting in on that. We may see a thunder shower tonight, so the futurecast is showing the possibility of that happening overnight late into the morning hours. And then so we'll watch the radar. Then we should start to see after about 10, 11 a.m. partly sunny skies, and then it gets really hot after that. So tomorrow looks like this. High temperatures at about 94, so that's cool compared to what's coming. Here's that 10-day forecast showing temperatures 101 on Monday, and that will break the old record. And 100 for Tuesday will also break the record. 99 Wednesday, and that will be just below the record, but it looks like that heat indices will be close to 100, 110, 111. At times in the afternoon. So next weekend, still hot, mid-90s.
Yeah, no question about it. Hot, hot, hot.
Too hot.
Yeah, right. Jim, thanks for that. All right, Hannah now with what's next in sports.
Well, it was a hot day over at Busch Stadium. I'm assuming that will continue. And of course, Tommy Edman with a big game. He's been deemed the heartbeat of the Cardinals, and the Oakville native is looking to four-peat. That's coming up next in sports. The Cardinals needed to rebound after being swept by the Rays, and they did last night with the win over the Reds, which put them at first in the NL Central. They returned to Busch Stadium today in Game 2 of a 3-game series, with Adam Wainwright getting the start on the mound today. Runners on second and third as former Cardinal Tommy Pham hits one to left field. 2 runs will score as the Reds take the lead. Bottom of the 6th inning with the bases loaded. It's Tyler O'Neill who hits one high, and it's looking deep, but it falls, and this ball is caught. It's nearly a grand slam, about a foot away, but the Guards get 1 run to cut the deficit there. It's a 4-1 Reds lead in the 8th inning. Tyler O'Neill back to the plate again. This time it drops in center field, and he drives in 2 more runs to make this a 4-3 ball game. It's getting close. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Runner on second, that tying run, and Tommy Edman comes in clutch. A 2-run walk-off shot to come back and win this one 5-4. Edman has been deemed the heartbeat of the St. Louis Cardinals. Here's what he had to say about his first career walk-off home run in the major leagues.
Yeah, I mean, 7th inning, I didn't come through, and obviously a little frustration there, but I feel like I did a good job at getting past that and just trying to find a way to help us win later in the game. And I think that's something that I've gotten better at, is kind of putting those at-bats behind me and knowing that I could have another chance later in the game, kind of like I did today.
Some good news on the Jack Flaherty front as he looks closer to a comeback. Flaherty made his second minor league rehab start last night in Memphis, going 4 innings, allowing just 1 hit, a home run, and striking out 6. He's likely due for another start at Memphis next week. At the high school level, the Edwardsville Tigers baseball team facing Mundelein for the Class 4 state title. With a force out at second, they do it with a 4-3 victory, their 4th title in program history. A big congratulations to the Tigers. This week, Dennis Gates in the Missouri basketball program landed a top 5 transfer in Isaiah Mosley. He was one of the best scorers in college basketball this past season at Missouri State. And Mizzou beat writer Dave Matter says he's exactly what this team needed.
And he is not only the best one probably available in the transfer portal, he's one of the best ones in the country last year alone. I mean, very few players average 20 points a game in college, and he did it last year at Missouri State. Now, he's not going against the same caliber of competition that he will in the SEC, but good shooters are good shooters, and he was 50% from the floor, 40% from 3-point range, 90% from the free throw line. Those are elite, very rare numbers.
Oakville native Pat Maroon and the Lightning facing the Rangers in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. It's a scoreless game in the second period when Steven Stamkos takes a shot outside the circle, and that puck is in for a 1-0 Tampa Bay lead. The Rangers tied in the third, and less than a minute later, the captain does it again as Tampa Bay wins 2-1 tonight to head back to the Stanley Cup Finals. Game 1 between Tampa and Colorado is set for Wednesday, and Maroon has the chance to four-peat. With the win last night, Jason Tatum and the Celtics could have taken a commanding 3-1 series lead over the Warriors and brought the St. Louis native that much closer to a title. Unfortunately for him, Steph Curry had other plans. The Golden State sharpshooter went on for 43 points and 10 rebounds in Game 4 to even the series with a 107-97 win. Tatum tallied a team-leading 23 points for Boston, but it wasn't enough to match a locked-in Curry. Even Steph's own teammates said that they were impressed with him. A big game coming up tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
That is it for sports, guys.
All eyes to tomorrow. Thank you, Hannah. Well, we want to get you an update now on that breaking news we brought you earlier. Just moments ago, police confirmed 2 people were shot. This is at a home on Shepley Drive in Glasgow Village. They have not announced any ages or genders, but we're working to confirm earlier reports that 2 children may have been shot. We'll stay on top of this breaking story and bring you updates tomorrow morning on Today in St. Louis. That's all of our time for 5 on Your Side at 10. Saturday Night Live is next. Have a good night.